everybody, my name is Jana Micaela Francesca, and today I want to share my analysis about what caused the earthquakes in Mindanao. Now, before we start, I just want to extend my deepest sympathies to the people who were affected by the quakes. Now, we'll start. So, since October 16 until now, we are all aware that earthquakes are happening, right? So, the first earthquake on October 16 was at a magnitude of 6.3. Now, the strongest earthquake that occurred during that time and now was a magnitude of 6.5 according to the Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology. And after these quakes also occurred a lot of quakes and a lot of aftershocks, over 300 shocks exactly, but there might be more because all over the news there's always a quake or an aftershock happening. So also according to report, 7 people died and 394 were injured, but it might add up. I hope not, but just this afternoon the news said that there were 2 more who were found dead. So the places that were affected by earthquakes are Davao City, Digos, Kidapawan, and a lot more. There's really a lot. So some people might wonder what is causing the earthquakes. Now, the FIVOLCS hasn't said anything yet, but I've heard a lot of people also say that it might be Mount Apo, who is a sleeping volcano. It might be Mount Apo that will erupt, and it is what's causing the earthquakes. Mount Apo's last eruption was unknown, or maybe it was a really long time ago, but in the 70s, it acted as if it was going to erupt, but it didn't. But as you can see from this map here on Google Earth, we are going to look at Mount Apo, and you can see the places around this sleeping volcano are the ones who are experiencing quakes. So we can consider that the volcano might erupt. We are not really sure, but let's consider the signs if a volcano might erupt. The signs are earthquakes beneath the volcano, which is happening right now, slight inflation or swelling, and increased emission of heat and gas from vents on the volcano. Now, we experienced a lot of earthquakes, but it's just one of these signs. And Mount Apo isn't swelling or producing smoke. So I don't think that Mount Apo is the reason why a lot of earthquakes are happening. But it can be a possibility too. So I don't think it's Mount Apo. So if Mount Apo isn't erupting, then why is there so much earthquakes around? Let's look at the Google map again. You can see here, we can see a facility just below Mount Apo. This is a geothermal power plant facility. Yep, geothermal power plant facility in Mount Apo. Now, some of you might know that, but some of you might not. So, before we discuss why this is connected to the earthquakes, let's talk about geothermal power plant first. So, what is geothermal power? A geothermal power is generated by geothermal energy. It provides our electricity. Geothermal electricity generation is currently used in 26 countries, and geothermal heating is in use in 70 countries. But did you know the Philippines is one of the world's top producers of geothermal power? According to the International Geothermal Association, worldwide the Philippines ranks second to the United States. As of 2010, the US had a capacity of 3,093 megawatts of geothermal power, while the Philippines had 1,904. So the explanation I made for geothermal power plant is a little short. So I will explain the process so that it will make more sense. So the process is hot water is pumped from deep underground through a well under high pressure. Then the water reaches the surface. The pressure is dropped, which causes the water to turn into steam. The steam spins a turbine, which is connected to a generator that produces electricity. So, baka mapaisip tayo, ano ang connection niya sa mga earthquakes? Well, it's really connected. See, there are a lot of advantages for geothermal power plant, such as it's more cleaner, more efficient, more cost-effective than burning fossil fuels, and it can reduce our dependence on foreign oil. It is also considered to be more reliable than coal or nuclear plants because they can run consistently 24 hours a day and 365 days a year. But of course, there are also cons for this. See, geothermal plants may have an unintended and potentially dangerous side effect: earthquakes. Yes, now we can see the connection, right? But why does it cause earthquakes? Well, whenever you drill miles into the earth and remove material, whether it is steam, water, or hot rock, you release pressure that causes the ground above the geothermal pocket to shift and subside. And even worse, the most abundant geothermal energy sources are located in areas of high seismic activity. In fact, drilling into the rocks around a fault line could trigger earthquakes. Yes, earthquakes. So, in conclusion, my research led to the geothermal plant placed on Mount Apo as the cause of the earthquakes occurring in the places around the mountain. Now, I'm not trying to spread any hatred or any doubt for anybody. I just wanted to share my hypothesis with everybody. Now, even though this is the result of my research, I'm not trying to tell anyone to stop geothermal plant power facilities or close them, because it might lead to a more bigger problem. See, because as we know, they provide our electricity. So if we shut them down immediately, we might lose electricity all over the nation. So I'm not an expert, so we'll leave the decision making to the experts. And I hope this video helped, and I hope you were interested in it. So tell us what you think on the comment section below. Thanks for watching. Bye!